So some of these things I kind of have um, some questions that I kind of want you guys to be involved with the answers about what you think is best. Chimaerus is definitely one of those. So we've already talked about like there's going to be a down group and an up group. This is the soak group that is going to be head downstairs. Um, this will be assigned. This will be in the spreadsheet and the boss channels. I'll be finishing those up tonight after these videos are done. Um, Long story short, we're going to put the down group here towards the center, and we're going to put the up group off to the side. Um, and it'll be split even healers, even tanks, even DPS ish. Misdirects, you guys will be split up. So it'll probably be like one hunter, one rogue in each group, something along those lines. And this is the part where we actually need to have a conversation. So all of the ads are going to spawn all around, just like this picture shows. The biggest thing, tanks, that you guys need to be aware of is there was a small ad that would spawn right around here. If these guys go downstairs when this becomes active and the boss is underneath it, he will instantly eat it, and it's 1000% probably going to be a wipe. Definitely on Mythic, maybe not on Heroic, but might be a week one thing where we will die to it. So this boss cannot be positioned in any spot, and you can see these images, and I'll point them out in the video that we're going to watch in a couple minutes. So you can see where they're at, even though you are upstairs. So that is the biggest no-no from a positioning standpoint. So I have two options. The first option is that group one, which is, we'll call it the downstairs group, and group two, which will be the upstairs group. And what we're going to say is, regardless of what realm you're in, downstairs or upstairs, you will always do the same movement. So when group one goes down, they will always do this. They will always follow these red arrows. Versus when group two is down, they will always follow these arrows. So essentially, it's like we're splitting the map semi down the middle, and you guys have your separate lanes. Now, there's two downsides, which I forgot to put the second downside in this text. One, in Mythic, there's going to be markers where one healer and one DPS from downstairs will be selected, and they have to be brought back upstairs, and that'll be assigned. But because of this movement, we might have to have 4 markers down for that to happen. I can see it happening, but I'm not 100% sold that we will need 4 markers, but I'm just kind of going through the motions, and I can see how it's possible. The other thing, too, is the group that's upstairs, when you are upstairs, that middle lane I just got rid of, that is your lane to take. So if group one is downstairs killing these ads and they've killed these ads, now group two has to come and take this middle spot to kill them before they reach the boss, because they fixate and try to go to the boss. And then group one, when you're done, you would just hug the outside and do that. Same thing with group two. When you go downstairs, you're over here, you're hitting the ads, and then when you're done, you would come along the outside. You cannot take a straight line. You have to go around the outside, and then group one would go to the middle and start killing them. That's option one. The biggest positive of this is that if I put you in group one, you always have the same movement. If I put you in group two, you always have the same movement. You don't have to learn two different movement patterns. The second option is when you are down, you will always play on this side. When you are up, you will always play on this side. And this is after the soak has gone off. So when you go down, you're going to go up, hit these ads, and then you would hug this wall to come back. And then when you're up and these ads spawn up, you would come down through the center and take care of them all. So you have to learn 2 different movement patterns, but it cleans up the middle space a little bit more and will make it so we only have to put 2 markers down, more than likely. So I'm not trying to make this overly complicated. The biggest thing that I'm trying to do is keep it simple, stupid here. So I don't know what's simpler. 2 separate movement patterns, therefore we don't run into each other and kill each other, because as a reminder, the Mythic mechanic is if you touch someone, if you're within 8 yards of someone in the opposite realm, you both take a shit ton of damage. If making it so we have 2 different movement patterns completely eliminates that, or if it's easier to just everyone has to learn 2 different movements, but we still get the same result. So if anyone has any opinions, I kind of want to hear it.
I feel like option two would be slightly better because if you sign groups at the start of the fight, which you absolutely can do, and I think it's heroic. You said it's fine, but in Mythic, you said there's people that swap around. So there's people that in the first in the first style of movement that you have people like going from group one to group two and having to
No.
learn the other side on the.
Oh, they're assigned
So,
people.
so, so I'll stop you right there. That's not how it works.
Okay.
So so let's say that it's Thias and Xancha are these two people. They need to get swapped into the other realm. Here comes our trusty Resto Shaman Cud, and he swaps, but he will stay in his group. So even though he was upstairs, he still goes in the next soak group to go downstairs. So just because you guys trade places, it doesn't mean that like, okay, I brought you upstairs and now you're going in the next soak group even though you were just downstairs. It will be if Cud goes down first, he will always go down first and then third and then fifth and then so on.
Okay.
You will
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'm misinterpreting the mechanic then. Um,
so essentially like if
that's
in your
fine.
group 1 you're always an odd soaker, if you're in group 2 you're always an even soaker. I didn't explain that well. That's on me.
Right. Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I was going to say option A seems like the simple thing for me. But
I forget what boss number is this? How far into the raid?
Technically 4.
So we do
So
have leeway of we're probably going to see other guilds.
oh,
At
100%,
least
yeah.
100, 200 guilds.
It's
I
more
think
so
option A is
like
better, but it depends on what everyone else is doing by the time we get to it.
the reason why I want to talk about this is like this boss 4 for the last all of War Within has been the first wall boss, right? If we can use heroic to learn the movement to make our lives easier in Mythic, that's 1000% what we're going to do. And this boss on heroic will not be difficult enough that if we wipe it 2 extra times so that everyone can understand the movement, that's what I want to do. Because I'm pretty sure we're going to have plenty of time this first week to clear everything. So I want us to like get the muscle memory of the movement down. That's why I kind of want to, and obviously whatever we watch like other people do, if they do decide to follow Mythic strats, then like we'll follow them too. But yeah, that's why I want to have this conversation.
I think you have more control with the first option. I think that's always the better play.
I don't. This isn't a strong opinion, but I feel like just leaving the right side open for the downstairs group just makes us have a lot more room, right? Like if we just say, okay, well, don't be on the right side, that's where the downstairs group is playing. They can they can move in that area freely, and not we're not overcomplicating it. Like
So
we
you're
just all
basically
just
saying
give them
that
the right side.
you give the other side this much room to play with is basically
Yeah,
what you're saying.
like the
Pretty much.
upside just plays in that square that you just made, and then the downstairs stack kind of doesn't go, plays on the in that on that right side instead, and I feel like that's just way simpler than the first option.
Okay.
I tend to agree. I think this just makes more sense. You're just kind of isolating. If you're down, you're on the right side. If you're up, you're on the left. And that's pretty flat.
That's basically
even
what you're doing with option 1 though too.
I mean, even then, it doesn't have to be like a hard pass fail thing, right? Like the range of no touch is like 8 yards.
Yeah, you
So
got to be gobbling each other down to like really
yeah, so
really
like
screw
even
each
if you
other.
have to for some reason go to the quote opposite sides fucking territory, you still can just fine. Just don't like disengage or blink weirdly into.
My biggest thing is I don't want people hanging out down there. You guys can see each other still, even though you're in opposite phases. It's more so just like knowing where like you should and shouldn't be, I guess is kind of like what I'm going for here. The other thing too is like this is a one boss raid. And because we will have extra time, like I hope you guys aren't going to throw rocks at me for this. We will use the entirety of our 6-hour raid schedule for heroic, even if we kill all the bosses before 6 hours is done. So if that means like we kill this boss one way and then we come back when we have time when everything is dead and make a new instance and be like, hey, let's try it the other way to see if anyone feels differently, then like we have that option too. I'm not trying to make everyone do more work, but I mean, we will raid our full 6 hours. If that saves us time down the road, then 100%. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm inclined to agree that the downs people should just be on the right side, this option you have now, just because for the future, if we have to swap people around, it's not like you're having to learn the new, don't have to adjust to which group you're in. You just, do the same movement either way.
my personal opinion is that this way is the better way. Even though there's two different ways of movement to learn, it's not so overwhelmingly difficult to understand the movement pattern that it's people will be constantly asking questions about like, wait, what is this group supposed to be doing as opposed to that other group? The only reason I thought of this option was like, this is idiot proof. This is if you get each other killed by touching each other, you very clearly made a massive mistake. Because like, it's like a 2-lane street going on opposite directions. But okay. So we'll figure that out. Thank you for your opinions. The last thing that I want to mention is when we go to intermission, there will be a downstairs group and an upstairs group. So essentially, there's going to be a third soak to go back downstairs right before intermission happens, and then he's going to do this breath. We're going to bait here and here, and then both groups will go to their left. Okay, so as you face the center of the room, you'll go here. Poo will cover up this center lane and ads will spawn. So that way the up stack will kill their ads over here. The down stack will kill their ads over here. There will be new poo puddles where these ads died, and then down stack will return to their spot, and then the up stack will return to theirs. And to make it more simple, we can put 2 markers down so people know where to go as well. But that's my plan for that. Okay. Let's get to the video. So that big circle going downstairs. And then you can see these little guys with like little bubble shields on them. Those are the ads. And tanks, just so you guys are aware, they are already out, even though this soak hasn't even gone out yet. So you guys can see them. The number one rule for all of you DPS, do not just start messing up those little ads. I want all of you to immediately go straight to the big ad so that they die exactly how they just died there. Because we should be killing the big ad that actually has a lot of health and then cleaving into these ads. This is the dispel that gets rid of the poo. And then if you see these little bright circles right here, this is the swapping realm mechanic. So now all the downstairs people hugged this outer wall and cleaned up the middle, so all the upstairs people can be hitting the ad that's upstairs right now. And then shortly after everyone comes back upstairs, we're going to have another round of dispels, and then this group 2 is going to go downstairs. And then they're going to do the exact same thing. Again, misdirects and stuff, get them to the tank that's going downstairs. This is where statue comes in handy for you, Crazed. And do the exact same thing. Cleave off of the big guy, please. Again, those little realm swap mechanic. I think you have 5 seconds to get there to do the swap. If you get that swap mechanic, 1 healer, 1 DPS every single time, it does a lot of damage, or it did a lot of damage in PTR. So you need to be on top of it. It is 1000% defensive. So yeah,
It does
same
damage
thing.
when you swap, or like
No,
or something?
while you're waiting those 5 seconds to
Okay.
go back upstairs, it does so much damage. Okay, so knockback. He's doing 1 more upheaval, and then he's going to go to intermission here. So now we have an upstairs group, and then we have a downstairs group. They're going to bait his breath. So obviously you can see why we need to be coordinated. Both groups are like running towards each other. Spawning ads, poo on the ground. It spawns this ad back here that needs an interrupt. And then it spawns a big ad on both realms. We get dispels. Priority is to clean up the middle of the room as best we can. When the ads die, they don't swap realms in intermission. And then we're just going to do it over and over again. That's the entire boss. The only thing that I can't remember... Yes, so as soon as we do like one round of the fight, the next time we start going downstairs, and I'll show they kill the boss before he goes back downstairs. There is this ad right here. That's the caster ad from the intermission. Now he'll start appearing downstairs every time we go downstairs, which it's just to interrupt. As far as grips go, the little shades I assume can be gripped. The caster ad I don't know, and the big guy is definitely a no. Any questions?
Why did you have us going back and forth on the intermission?
Just so the bait is like, we can just put a marker on 2 locations so that everyone knows where to stack. That way it's just like, one, everyone has a clear direction so that we don't accidentally both go the same way. And that way we can bait the breath in like some sort of a consistent line. It's probably not necessary. The only thing that's
I was
necessary...
expecting you to have us go like clockwise, right? Like that's what I was expecting.
Yeah,
basically.
I mean, we can do whatever.
Kinda like Silken Court, yeah, whatever, right? Like
Yeah.
it's not gonna matter very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is just clockwise.
I was gonna say if both groups go left, it's clockwise.
Yeah.
Someone remind Thick.
Thank
What
you
that
so
means.
much, Tree, for saying the direction.
Well, listen, if you're looking at the group from, or the boss from those 2 groups, one's going left and one's going right.
If
You
you're looking
ima-
at a triangle,
Imagine
No.
if the boss
Everyone
is the
looks at the center
room.
of the room.
I'm just
said
saying.
everyone looks at the center of the room.
Hold on, but where's front? Where's back? I don't understand this platform.
Where's Thick in this situation?